I never forget, actually, this part coming up right here. That's where I had my first fight. I never forget, the kid hit me and ran. My tooth was shaking and he knocked my tooth out. It was already up. And he ran, I couldn't catch him. And I cried for like a day.
I think Udonis is a guy that takes a lot of pride in where he's from and representing Miami. There's so many people that have an affinity for him because of his personality, his character, his work ethic, what he represents. I think he has so many people that are proud of what he's been able to do and the way he's represented this area.
This is where I first started playing basketball, right behind my grandmother's house. Me and my cousins, we all started playing right here. And this is where I got, that fight, that drive, because nothing was easy with no fouls. You know what I mean? We would push each other down. I mean, sometimes basketball would turn into football. And as you get over here with the older guys, you have guys that want to play next who ref the game ahead of them. So, guy wants to get the game over with, he wants to play next, he won't call any fouls. I'll be honest with you, when I first started playing, I never had dreams of taking it to where the level that I'm at now. Playing here, growing up in the environment, not getting any fouls called, always playing with older kids, a little bit of my mom and those things. That's probably where most of the toughness came from. And, God rest her soul, my mother, before she passed away, was a very tough woman. Probably the toughest, not even just woman, but individual that I've ever met in my life. Bouncing back from her drug addiction and homelessness and all the things that she had went through, to come around and to be at peace, with her life, to clean herself up, to turn her life over to God. It says a lot, because a lot of people, when they go to the drugs and they go to the homelessness and the different things like that, they never return from those places. They kind of get stuck in that life, and that's the end for them. For her, that was kind of like, the beginning. It really much kick-started her to turn her life around, and it really jump-started our relationship, because our relationship had really been broken for many of years because of those things. And before she passed away, we had mended our relationship. We had, spent almost every day together for the last, 2-3 years. Coach Donovan was the first guy I saw when I walked into the funeral home. It was hard for me to actually attend the viewing of the body. And the only reason I did attend, because Coach Donovan and Coach Grant and those guys were here. I don't think if it was for those guys, I would have been strong enough to actually attend the viewing of the body. So we did it in Liberty City, and it was great just to see Coach Riley and everybody that had never probably really experienced that part of Miami to come and be a part of, my Miami, just all because of the support of me. And like I said, those are the things you can't put a price tag on. And when people talk about leaving and going somewhere for more money, it doesn't equate to Pat Riley, coming in Liberty City at 10 o'clock at night, to be with me because I lost my mother. That doesn't happen.
In the history of Miami athletics, you will not find a man who financially has given up more to be here than that man, because it's not just one contract where he gave up millions of dollars. It was two. I think the total number is $24 million that he had offers. Like, that's not some figure that is abstract. He had offers worth $24 million than the ones he accepted to be here in Miami.
I've had opportunities to leave for more money, and on the other side, this is where my roots are. This is where my family, friends, things that you can't buy with money, all here.
He wanted to be 305. This area code matters to him. He wanted to play for his neighbors, for his family members, for the people who supported him, for the people who helped raise him, for the people who helped get him out of a bad circumstance.
There's certain guys that play the game and do things for money and what the game brings them. And then there's certain guys that play the game because they love the game, they love where they're from.
The things that make me happy, money, cars, those things don't make me happy. It's giving back, making kids smile, giving something to a kid when I do my back to school, or when I do my Thanksgiving, or when I do my Christmas giveaway. Those are the things that I really get joy out of. If I do got one soft spot, it is for kids. And I really love kids. I love being around them. I love their energy, you know, their innocence. The thing about these kids is, and I even suffer from it, is that they don't know anything outside of Miami. You know, I never traveled across the bridge to South Beach until I was signed to play with the Miami Heat. Well, these kids only know what they see every day. They don't know it's another world outside of Miami. They don't know it's another world outside of Liberty City or Overtown or whatever, you know, part of Miami they're from. They only know what they see every day, and they're a product of their environments. As soon as these kids find out that there's something outside of this, and it's achievable, and they can get there, and then I think, you know, that's starting the process. You know, you can't be with them every day. It's up to them to do the things necessary to get there, but you show them that it's possible and that it can be achieved. And that's what I just try to show these kids, that I came from the same circumstances, the same background, same issues. You know, nothing's different, nothing's changed. I think, you know, all these kids just need to continue to see us guys that are from this inner city, you know, continue to be around and continue to show these kids something positive that has come from, you know, these neighborhoods.
For someone like Udonis to get out of Liberty City and to become what he's become, and still doing it for the Miami Heat in the city of Miami, he's got a chance to do some incredible things beyond basketball in terms of helping a lot of different people.
Whatever I do when I'm done, you know, playing basketball, I want to affect, you know, this city, this community in a positive way. You know, I'm thankful and I'm blessed, and you know, the man upstairs has showed me favor. But I mean, to me, there's no better place in the world. You know, I love this city, I love these people. And, you know, this is somewhat, you know, my strength to go out here and perform every night the way I do, because I represent this city. You know, not just myself, I represent the city, I represent my family, I represent my friends. I got a lot of people that have a lot invested in me, that depend on me to go out here and hold it down for my town and for my city. So, you know, when I go out there, you know, my focus is I want my team to win, but I carry a lot on my shoulders when I step out on the floor, you know, as far as playing for the Miami Heat. You see right there, that's the Dolphin Stadium. Back then, when I was growing up, we called it Joe Robbie Stadium. They changed the name like 5 times. I'm not even sure what the name is now. You know, obviously we didn't have the money, or we couldn't afford to go to the games at that time, so we used to just watch the game on the big screen with binoculars. And we would sit on this wall, and we'd be able to watch the games on these screens right here. I don't see kids do that nowadays. I don't know if we were just smarter than all the kids nowadays. But I don't see why more kids don't sit on that wall and watch the game like we used to.
Hey, wait on you next, on the Heat, boy.
All right.